Hi everyone from Vienna. I'm Ignazio Laisa. I'm 25 and I'm from Italy. So, I first asked my parents to play a musical instrument when I was 7, and shortly after I ended up with a violin. With 13 though, 13? Yeah, I had a chance to hear and try a viola out. I fell in love with it and I came back to the straight and narrow since then.
Hello everybody, so I'm Alessandro Viale, I play the piano, but also any kind of keyboards, uh, like for example ancient square pianos like this, or just digital keyboards, or harpsichords, organs sometimes. And I start playing the piano, actually asking my father I would like to play the keyboard. But then my father immediately said, maybe you would like to play the piano. And I said, okay, yes, the piano. When I was 7 years old. Just 7 years old.
Hi everyone, I'm Valentina, double bass player and composer. I started to play an instrument when it was around 10. I started first of all with the piano, then I continued till I was 20-ish, and then I switched to double bass and later on electric bass as well. And yeah, I just like keep transcribing since I was younger actually. I started to transcribe when I was around 8 because my mom taught me how to read and write music. She's like a musician for hobby, but she play organ and piano, so I learned the first skills from her. And yeah, here we go.
I always knew that Frank Zappa existed because my mother has always been a great fan of progressive rock. So this name was somehow familiar to me, always has been. But it was basically when I met Valentina for the first time and started making music with her that I got more and more interested in his opus. And as they say, appetite grows with eating.
And I've discovered Frank Zappa thanks to Valentina. Thanks to Valentina Ciardelli. She proposed me to play some Zappa. I think just one afternoon. She said, oh, I have some music. Just made some arrangements. Would you like to play with me? Yeah, of course, sure. Let's read it. And this was the beginning of it. I mean, I heard of him before, but I never played his music, and there wasn't so much inside. I didn't know so much. Yes, I listened to some of his music. I remember one of my schoolmates was really into him, and yeah, but with the Valentina everything changed.
I discovered Frank Zappa when I was around 11, and I both at the same age my first CD, that was the Grand Wazoo. I remember I went in the shop and I asked to the cashier if he has any Frank Zappa recording left in the store, and he looked at me really like curious about, because it's just 11 years old girl that was asking for a Frank Zappa record. It was just quite odd. And yeah, I bought the Grand Wazoo, and I went home and listened it the whole afternoon on my dad's stereo, and since then I didn't stop to listen and transcribe Frank Zappa's music.
Starting from the point that I honestly think that the idea of musical genres must be taken a little less seriously, meaning that it should be perfectly legit. In 2020, to spice up the programs of classical music concerts with pieces which aren't traditionally labeled as art music, I think that I personally could do my little part in this promoting the performance, in this case of Frank Zappa's works, highlighting the elements which it has in common with classical music. Just to make some obvious examples, Zappa was deeply fascinated by classical composers like Edgar Varese, or even Giacomo Puccini. He knew how to conduct a classical orchestra without mentioning that he collaborated with London Symphony Orchestra, Ensemble Moderne. I think these things the audience needs to know, the classical audience needs to know. And what else?
So I think that Frank Zappa, you know better than me, there is not such a thing like classical music, rock music, modern music, jazz music with Frank Zappa. There is just music. So I think, I know actually for sure that he would be very, very happy to have a classical musician play his music, because I mean he has done it. He has asked for that during his life. So I feel happy on doing his music, playing his music as a classical musician, because mostly I'm a classical musician. And I feel and I think that in a way this exchange with him that he searched during his life is continuing. Yeah.
I've studied, of course, classical music, and my music education is based on the classical heritage. And I think nowadays, as 21st century musician, is so important to know more about Frank Zappa's way of composing and performing, because it's so much closer than we think to classical contemporary music. And actually it's just like a very important ring in the chain to connect the actual modern contemporary music and the 20th century traditional music like Stravinsky and Edgar Varese, Schoenberg. And actually I think my personal mission is just like to find more repertoire for my instrument, that it's still a bit limited in terms of pieces and variety, and also just involve more and more people, and especially from the young generations, just to discover the beauty and the craziness of Frank Zappa's music. It's just I think exactly what we need to just kick us in the right way properly in the 21st century.
You don't know, but there are a lot of classical musician jokes and cliches about viola players and double bassists as well, by the way. And one says that we are particularly lazy. Slightly off topic, I know, but I want to fulfill a stereotype of slothful violist, giving basically the same answer as before. That is, let's find the similarities between rock and classical music. Okay, they may seem two worlds apart from each other, but they aren't at all. They always have been communicating and exchanging features, ideas, philosophy even. And they keep doing that nowadays as well. One may say that one can't live without the other anymore. Frank Zappa, I think, is a real trade union in this context, and I think that the appreciation for his work may lead, I hope, more people from one side to get to know the music of the other side.
So yeah, presenting this CD, the Zappanale, is something cool, something very nice, and I expect the audience to understand it very well, because I think the audience of such a festival must be very open-minded and very open to listen to something different and new. Some of them probably already appreciate classical music. Many of you. and so it's quite exciting to have an exchange of this kind. It's a shame we had to postpone it for next year, but here we are. Luckily, we can just provide you a little insight.
Presenting the CD music from the Sphinx at the Zapanale Festival is, first of all, an honor, and second, it's something that it's super meaningful, because it just demonstrates that music doesn't have borders or genre, really. The boxes are there just to give tags to things, because sometimes people need, most of the time, tags to feel recognizable, to feel just part of a community. But this is actually old mentality, probably, because we are kind of one community. As what's happening in the society, like with ethnicity, sexual orientation, religion, whatever, we try to find a way, hopefully we will find it soon, to just like being one big society. And so it's just like exactly the same with the music. And actually, if we could achieve this in the arts, in the music, I suspect we will just more faster even in the society issue, to be out of the boxes. So for me, just spreading also the classical repertoire and classical tradition in a rock festival like Zapanale is such an important thing, also to feel connected with a lot of Frank Zappa nuance and inspiration. He used to listen quite a lot of, especially contemporary classical music. And yeah, after all, a lot of people that they came from the rock perspective on my concert, they really appreciate also Schubert pieces or like opera pieces, because if music is nice, if the music is just beautiful, it's not has to be related to a music genre. So yeah, I think this is really meaningful to, as a message, to stop to have borders in general.
A very special greeting to all the fans of Zapanale all over the world. A big hug. And yeah, we're really looking forward to meeting you all next year.
And therefore, thank you very much to you all, and I was really looking forward to playing for you at the festival this year, but so now I'm double looking forward playing for you and with you at the Zapanale 2021. Bye bye.
So guys, unfortunately we could not be present live at Zapanale 2020, but we will hopefully, probably, for sure present on 2021. Zapanale stage with more energy, with more music, with a lot of love to share and a lot of music to share, just because music is the best. See you guys!
Hello everybody, my name is Anais Drago and I'm an Italian violin player. It's such an honor for me to be part of the Zapanale Festival online version of this year, together with Valentina Ciardelli, a great double bass player that I'm sure you already know. Valentina and me never met in real life, but we share the love for Frank Zappa, and during the lockdown period we decided to finally start our collaboration. We created a duo that is called The Girls from Utopia, and we started our project publishing a first video with an arrangement I did of a very funny song by Frank Zappa that is Tengo una minchia tanta. I don't think I have to translate it in English for you. And so we are happy to participate to this festival with this video, and we thank Zapanale Festival so much for publishing this in premiere for Germany. In the arrangement, all elements that represent my music and Valentina's music come inside. There is classical music, lyrical music, contemporary improvisation, jazz, rock, and of course everything is so funny because two beautiful girls like us are singing I have such a big dick. So please enjoy our video and follow us because many videos are going to come soon, and hopefully also live concerts as well. Bye!
tanta. Tengo una minchia a così.
Thank you.
poi